What's up, everybody? This is Night Viper, and today I want to go over destruction heroes. I'm going to go over the heroes that you're going to need to have in your destruction lineup so that you can hit walls of cities and take them down, or outposts and take them down. If you've played this game at all, you know that you're hitting the city a lot with your crews. So to take down, you can see top destruction I got in here. This is 20,000 for this wall. To take this wall down, you need destruction crews. You can have an entire crew, an entire lineup, and they can barely give you any destruction. And then you can put the right people in the lineup and you can get double or triple that amount of destruction. So let me give you some tips and tricks on how to do that, which heroes to use. I also have other videos on transitioning from Season 0 to Season 1 and on Alliance duels, what you're supposed to do on those days, different things to research, different ways to increase your points and win these duels. So if you want to check out those videos, I'm either going to put them in the description, check out the page, make sure you subscribe because this is a series and I'm going to be going through all the things that I've learned as I've played this game. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As you have right now, how do you know which ones are destruction heroes? Well, if you go here, let me show you just in case you didn't see that. There's a button up here. Click on it. It will show you all of your heroes. Now, there are specific heroes which aren't going to be here. In your 4 groups here, these are just your resource, your production heroes. But there are specific heroes in here that are going to be for destruction specifically. Coleman, for example, is one of them. If you click on him, look at his 3rd skill, Destructive Might. There's only a few heroes that have this name, Destruction, in their skill. It'll say Destructive Might plus 20. And it increases as you increase his stuff. So if you look at my Coleman, for example, let's see, where is he? Coleman. And this is another way. You just click on the side panel, it'll bring up those specific factions. Here's my Coleman. I'm on the 4th level of it, so 4th level, his is plus 32. So it starts out at 20. As you increase this, it gets higher and higher up to 40. So how do you increase this skill? When you go to the skills, for this to be available, like you see how this one is not available right here, for this one to become available, you have to upgrade this hero. So if I go here, you could see that he is, what is that, orange? If I click on him, actually let's go back to, I'll show you. This was shown to me recently actually, and it changed how I upgraded a lot of people, and it will be easy to explain to you what you're supposed to do with these guys from here. In your satellite nexus here, ascend, and you want to look at the exclamation point right here. It's going to show you a tree on which levels you need to get to. We need orange. We need this guy. So this is the only layer you need to get to right here. That's it for your destruction heroes. They don't need to even be upgraded by level. So you don't need to upgrade them from a level 1 to a level 70 or 100 or anything. They can literally be a level 1 and do the same amount of destructive damage. Destruction has nothing to do with their level, it has to do with their quality. You want to upgrade them from green to blue to purple to orange. When you get an orange hero, it will open that skill on the skill tree. So that will bring up the 3rd skill, and I'll just go back to him, for example. That'll bring up the 3rd skill when you get him to orange. So you have your greens and your blues and purples, and then you have your orange. And this right here is going to give you your Destruction Might. You have 4 heroes that will give you this destruction damage, and those are the 4 you need to put on lineups when you're hitting the wall of a city. So let me show you what I mean by the wall of a city. If you don't know, I will show you what that is. I'll go to this city. You have garrison units. This is not going to be your destruction crew. Your destruction crew are a baby crew. You don't need them to be big. You don't need them to fight these people. This needs to be your heavy hitter lineup. You're going to hit them as hard as you can. You're going to rally first to hit these guys, and once you hit them, get them down to 0, this is what will start taking damage. This has no damage to your troops. Your guys will not suffer. They can be level 1s. It's not going to affect anybody. Once you hit these guys one time, there's going to be a timer. And that timer, I believe it's 30 minutes. It'll start ticking down until it gets to 0. You can keep chipping away at this 20,000, for example. Different level cities have different sizes of walls. This one's 20,000. You keep chipping away at this with your destruction crew after you kill the garrison. But again, you only have 30 minutes. So I want to show you the difference in the wall and in the heroes and what it means to have different lineups. Let me show you. Because if you have just a regular hero lineup, let me see, lineup. Okay, so Betty here is one of the heroes that's a destruction hero. Let me show you what my destruction class is. I gotta find where I put them for. There we go, destructive. I have people on other lineups though. I think I have those too. I wonder who else I put in there. Well, we'll put her for now. It doesn't matter. Because the 4 destruction people that you need are going to be Winston, Coleman, Betty, and Patrick. Those are your 4. Those are the only 4 heroes with destructive damage, destructive might. So these guys are what's going to give you your destructive might score. So if I fill it up, I'm at 276 for destructive might. And that number was actually a lot higher before. What am I missing? Is it the car? Maybe it's the car. Hang on. There you go. That's the car. My other car isn't upgraded as much, so it doesn't have as many soldiers that can go into it, so you get different damages, but 303 is my destructive might on my primary car that's been upgraded more. Again, your heroes are Betty, Coleman, Winston, Patrick. She's along for the ride. If I take her out and I put anybody else in, it's going to be the same 303. However, I mean, look at the drop here. You're going from 267 to 303 with that hero. But what happens if I take him out? 235. A lot bigger drop because he has that third skill that's giving him those additional might bonuses. Another way that I was able to get higher in this to get to 303 is by having Pearson. Pearson is wrong button. Pearson is a hero here in the production line. You have to pay for him, which is a bummer. But he gives you the destruction might boosts. So by upgrading his second skill, you're upgrading your destruction might on here. So my Pearson, I find him. He is right in front of my face somewhere. There he is. So Pearson, my Pearson is level 4. So he can go up another one. So I'm not even at the max destruction I can be at 303. So Pearson as destructive. He's the only one I believe that as destructive as out of all of these. And if there's another one, leave them in the comments because I would like to hear. I like to increase it as much as I can. Because that wall is a pain in the ass to take down. You know it if you've hit it. And I do half the travel that some of the other teammates do with double the power. Because if you roll with a lineup that is not a destruction lineup, let me take Betty off and I'll put somebody that's not a destruction hero. Who's my... Here, I'll throw this guy. He's a 70, not a destruction hero. I'll fill it up. 187, or 178. Flipped him. 178 is this damage of a regular lineup that doesn't have a destructive hero on it. And you can tell between that and my destructive hero lineup. It's like almost double. So it's going to be a lot better as far as you're traveling back and forth. You're going to be using a lot less fuel. And if you're in a time crunch and you're trying to jump back and forth, by like using diamonds to get back to your location because you're too far off or anything like that, it's really going to save you because you're not making as many trips to get to it. So let me go back to that city. This one here. Right there, top destruction. I was able to get my lineup or my fortress right out here and hit them repeatedly, but you only have 15. So if I'm hitting them with 170 15 times, it's not going to be anything compared to me hitting them with 303. So that is what the destruction lineup does. Again, start a rally, knock down the garrison, then put your destruction lineup on and fight them that way. Knock down the wall with the destruction lineup. You don't want to use your regular lineup for that. And to switch back and forth quickly, like you saw, let me see how long this video is right now. 10 minutes. Jesus, I talk way too freaking much. These videos are going to get shorter, I swear. Or not right now, that's for sure. Well, we're already 10 minutes in. If you're still watching it to this point, let me give you another tip. Lineups. You have your... I should honestly just do an entire lineup video, but is this going to go or is it going to... It's going to kick me. Let's try this again. So your lineups, what you want is you want to have like saved lineups, and that way you could switch between them quick, because again, you only have that half hour in between when you first hit that fortress. And if you have like a rogue player that's like, I want to see how bad I can do damage to this thing, and hits it before your rally even starts, you guys just lost 5 minutes. You have even less time to knock this thing out. So switching quickly between your lineups is actually going to help you quite a bit in just being able to get your people out there fast. So let me show you this lineup trick right here. So these, switching between these, like this one is my destruction wall, this one is my siege, I have my gatherers, which is a pretty decent amount that they can gather. So switching between these, you can edit here, and you can change this to whatever you want. You can change the name to whatever you want. You also have adjust lineup screen. So this part was the biggest just pain in the butt for me to figure out, because I kept going up here and I kept typing something in, like I'll type in destruction instead. I'll take wall off of there and I'll change it to these guys. So I hit change. Cool, it's changed, right? Let me go to my next lineup. What else do we have? We have siege. You come back, it's not changed. So when you're changing the heroes out, you're switching everybody around, you're editing it, you're changing this, it won't work this way. Doesn't matter what you do. When you think it's done, destruction, you got these, then you switch to a different lineup here. You can switch to a different car, and when you come back, switch to a different lineup. When you come back, it's gone. So the way you do this is hit adjust lineup, and you're going to put whatever you want here. So let's say this is a brand new lineup. I just added these guys on here. This is who I want for this lineup. You would go adjust lineup, and you can hit replace current lineup, and it'll add it in there. There it is. You can edit it. When you edit it on here, it actually edits it. So destruction, these guys, change, and now it's actually going to be changed. We have this, destruction is changed. This is your magic button. This took me a long time to figure out, so this is definitely worth knowing. If you don't want it on there, you get rid of it, yeah. And if you want to replace over one of these other guys you have, like let's say I wanted a destruction lineup, but I wanted to remove her, I would just add the destructive lineup here, remove her, add in somebody else, and then you just replace your current lineup. So destruction, just make sure you don't hit the button on the wrong lineup. Destruction, replace current, yes, and now she's replaced. So you can come over here, switch to your destruction lineup. It says destruction on it. She's replaced here. All the changes are in effect. So that is the best way to do that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I need to switch her back out. For whatever reason, I like her on this lineup. It doesn't make a difference on who you have on this lineup because it's my destruction crew, but that's the one that my brain chose. So let me go ahead and save this again. I'm going to replace the current lineup, and there it is. And now it just says destruction instead of destruction wall, but that's fine. It's needed to change anyway. So that's how you switch quickly. So let's say you're out here, you're sending your people in to attack the wall. And I think you guys get the point by now, but you're sending your people in, you're sieging the wall, and now the garrison units have gone down to 0. At that time, you're going to want to go back into your fortress, go over to your car, line up, switch from, this would be what I would sieging on, switch from this to destruction, go back out to the world, and hit the thing again. And you want to send in as many as you can. These are individual hits, not rallies, as many as you can, either until the wall's gone or until the garrison's back. If you're not going to make it to the city before the garrison gets back, let's say you're 2 seconds off and that garrison comes back, you're throwing your destruction line up to the wolves. Don't do that. Keep an eye on the timer. It'll be on the city and it'll show you when that garrison's popping back up so you can make sure that your troops are safe. So that's all I have for this video. It went longer than I thought it would. Pretty much all of my videos have so far, but hopefully you find this helpful. I'm going to put in the description links to the other videos once I get it all set up, but I am going to again be doing a series, so if you subscribe to the channel, if you're interested in the game, I have a lot of different tips and tricks that I can be going over and hopefully be making more concise videos in the future. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful for you, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.